Hi, this is Robert Bailey, and this is my Graybox iteration for what is now being called CTF-Ruins, or Ruined, actually, if I say it right. And it is a map on your tournament, focused on 3 lanes, and so we're just gonna move like here. So it's a pretty basic red team versus blue team setup. Blue team has they're like a little bit more solidified, more industrial type look to it. Whereas red team's a little bit more chaotic, has these hills, with the terrain that morphs as you get closer because Unreal. And then in between the red and blue base, just gonna click away, or not. That'll be fun. Okay. So, in between them, we have these 3 lines, and you have a medium height path, low path, and a high in between path, with some interesting counterplay elements below the medium path and above the high path. And we also have weapons and ammo and health and armor pickups in place now, along with a couple other routes. So I'm going to run around just real fast in single player without bots, and then load up a bot map, and hopefully the audio isn't too terrible. But yeah, that looks good, so we're just gonna play.
You are on the blue team.
So the audio is pretty terrible, never mind. But so we spawn here. The spawn locations, there's 8 inside this main location, 2 in the tunnels, 2 going up towards the middle path, right here and right here. I'll show those before I go to the spawn. Other than that, weapon placements are pretty consistent. I tweaked some of the movement here. I'm running terribly because it's inside of Unity, but usually if I'm running in the standalone process, using the UT launcher, it runs much better. I think this might be using my integrated card, but got this tunnel map. Goes down, fire rifles, helmets. I put helmets and health here. There's also a big vial there to make it a little bit nicer to new players, but also allow, if you're blitzing in, now there's armor you can pick up and try and race against, and just to give a little bit more durability through there. Moving forward, we've got some natural cover, and then can dash out through there pretty easily. Underneath, which was a big thing added now, is how there's under areas for the medium paths. There's another big health pickup because this is really dangerous to cross through, but it's a big health pickup, so it won't be spawning too often. And then some bio rifle ammo, and then thigh pads. So if you're not taking any damage, you can be like me, get to 100, 150 pretty quickly. But realistically, even crossing that path is going to kill you, which is why there's another big health pickup there, another armor pickup there. Oops. Didn't mean to dodge that. You can get the flat cannon. And then on each medium path, you have these 3 helmets to add more durability as they're walking out here with cover, but they don't have as many health pickups because it is supposed to be a harder route. And then there's the cannon here. Now, moving across to over the base, there's health, more health, some link cannon ammo. I tried to set up most of the ammo opposite whatever its placement is to encourage people to run to pick those up and encourage more player-to-player engagement and fighting over those limited ammo reserves. But they are limited, which means players won't be spamming them too often, which gives more of a way towards wanting your team to pick up all of the ammo.
5-minute warning.
Having your team pick up all of the weapons as opposed to having one person hold them. And then here you have essentially a mirror of before for blue team, with some possibilities like jump in here, jump out by climbing on the wall, etc. And then something that hasn't really changed too much is this wall running sequence. It adds health and armor, as well as, actually I'll get a sniper rifle to zoom in on that momentarily. Almost out at that time. Oh well. But there's the sniper rifle here. central to the map to encourage play over it, but also exposes whoever picks it up, which means if they die on top of it, it starts the weapon spawn again, which means that the sniper rifle becomes a surprisingly prominent weapon. And then up there is a shield belt, so if someone manages to get that jackhammer jump or rocket jump, hit that and run through, which you can reach, or I suppose you could also just translocate up and grab it. But again, you're making yourself this huge target. Then you can get a pretty decent bonus, especially going to captain the flag. And I just didn't jump there. And then up here, got some more interactions. They're pretty much the same to the mirror of what it is before. And again, I am not hitting spacebar. I hesitate to call it a big change, but a change that has happened is that these boxes are here on either side of this pillar, and they're just to add some extra cover, because I noticed when playing, going between paths, you're going to get shot at a ridiculous amount, especially in the intended not 24v24, 12v12 mode, and that's just
3 minutes remain.
That's just not really that fun to be running out. Okay, it is fun to go like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. And we'll get some of that when I start playing. But it's also kind of boring because you just have to run in a straight line, so by adding these, there's still the possibility that your head can get shot, because like the glimpse of it is slightly over the edge, but it adds just a little bit more cover, something that players can slide run under to get a chance to escape or navigate around. It just added more than it could possibly take away with pathing, so that's why that's here. I believe you should also be able to mantle it, but I guess not. You could use it as like a mini platform to try and get a better shot on the sniper rifle. You can do a lot of things with this little platform here. Apparently not get a shot on the sniper rifle. You can do a lot of things with that platform, and so I decided to add those in just because it's more interesting than not having it. So now I'm going to load up a bot map to show they are working. Oh, I always forgot to mention, there's a bunch of colors now. And that's just to help distinguish it, because I wasn't getting lost as I was going through, because capture the flag map. You grab the red, you look for the blue, you grab the blue, you look for the red. But I wanted to add a little bit more of that color. So because they have a less reflective surface, red team does have to deal with a little bit more of like those blue on red, so it's the encroaching blue forces on the red army. And blue has this big huge wall going, blue side. So even if it does get a little confusing over there, and I might try and tweak the lighting in a future iteration, I just couldn't find a good way to do it. But I kind of like the way it turned out. You get a semi-3D effect, but not really. And it's like, no, the big blue wall is going through this map. Which is kind of nice, because usually maps favor the red team, so. And just like palette, because you have more browns, more tans, so more of those reddish hues. So I kind of like this, the overpowering blue. So now I'm going to see if I can get bots working without botching this recording. So that should be 24 bots. It should run in one instance. It might open 24 windows, which would be really loud. And it's going to get loud as crap anyway. And I don't know a way to set that down, so I'm probably going to stop talking and just kind of demonstrate and try and go through. And if there's ever a quiet moment, then explain what I'm doing. I'm probably just going to go through, try and get one flag capture to show that it is possible with this number, and then exit out and move on.
You are on the blue team.
So there's a bunch of noises from that initial everyone teleporting at once, and that's just the way the bots work.
Hurry up! Flag taken.
Is that? I'm on defense.
I guess that's easy. Sorry about that. That was a lot louder than I anticipated because I've been testing it in the actual game, which has had issues getting captured by this footage. So it'll get better when it's actually in the game, and I'll upload that pack file as well. But um, capturing the flag is possible. It does get hectic in the center, possibly because there's a bunch of bonuses there, so bots are pathing there. But as the map goes on, the bots spread out more and more. But I don't think anyone wanted to listen to more of that awful noise from everything going at once, and I couldn't really commentate over it because I didn't have control. But other than that, capturing flag is possible. I took a little bit of a back route. Same route can be taken on blue team. It's just there's no hills there, but it's essentially it's the same route except one just rises up a little bit more. But because of the way movement works in the game, it's free space. And I could do a similar route against blue, and I also it's more interesting to take other ones and do all fun sorts of translocator jumps, but it's a lot quieter on that outside edge than it is when everyone's firing rockets in here, and it just gets loud, and I wasn't wanting to put up with that for the recording. But other than that, that's my level, and the iterations from the previous version. Still to be improved is like the lighting and then putting in the textures, which I didn't feel comfortable putting in quite yet, but that's going to be the focus of the next couple weeks. And yeah, that's my level. CTF Ruined.